Jimenez. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you, Carl.
I always forget to do that. I am Monica Bern Jimenez, Executive Director of UCEA, and so excited to be going with all of you on our third international trip as an organization. I am here in East Lansing, Michigan, and we are housed at Michigan State University. I'm going to toss it over to Wenfan.
Yes, sorry, can you hear me? Yes,
Yes.
I'm Wenfan Yan. I'm professor at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. I've been leadership in education for about 30 years. I'm excited about this trip. And I passed to Benji.
Okay, am I muted or can you hear me? Because I'm trying to drive and do this at the same time.
We got you.
We can hear you.
Okay. I'm Benji Aguilera, I'm at Trinity University. I am super excited about the trip. I was also at UTSA. That's when I first met most of my UCEA friends. I concur with Monica. I've just been ordering stuff and I'm just going to take it from the bag to the suitcase and see what I end up with. But anyway, looking forward to meeting everyone or seeing everyone again in person.
You can.
I'll send that to Margaret.
Hi, I'm Maggie Wright. I'm traveling with Dr. Amy Tarosky from St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia. Very excited, same packing kind of thing, though we have a challenge on to not have to do it all in a carry-on and not send a suitcase.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I might be wearing the same outfit every day. So, but can't wait. I'll go ahead and pass it then to Amy Tarosky.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amy Trosky. I'm a professor of ed leadership at St. Joseph's University and really, really excited to be going to Egypt as well as Doha. We're doing 3 days in Doha to visit one of my former students and one of our affiliate faculty members now. So really excited to get to experience both countries.
Adrian wants us to call her when we get a chance.
I'll pass it to, let's see, I'm having problems seeing. How about Danny?
Good afternoon. My name is Danny Moragas. I'm an assistant professor of educational leadership at Florida State University. I wanted to go to the South Africa trip, but I didn't have any money as a graduate student, so I'm so excited to go on this one. And I'm looking forward to hanging out with everyone. And I will pass this to, how about Barbara?
Hi, I'm Barbara Stell and
Alfred.
Fred Stell, and we are Dr. Gonzalez's friends, good friends. She told us about this trip. We both graduated from UTEP, and she said, "Oh, you guys enjoy this one, you know." And so we got on board and are very happy to be going and looking forward to it. Oh, how about Keith?
Hi, my name is Keith McNeil, married to Malou Gonzalez, who's not going to be able to make this trip. She's got some physical problems. And so we arranged to take my grandson with us. He's 38 years old, has 3 restaurants up in northern Michigan where it's cold. Here in Las Cruces, New Mexico, it was 93 yesterday, and I think it's going to feels like 93 again today. So I'm going to be more prepared for Egypt maybe than some of you.
And you were a professor?
Oh, yeah, I'm a retired professor from New Mexico State University. And I don't know if anybody else, whoever hasn't talked to and introduce themselves, please go ahead.
I was going to say, Keith, was that Malou in the background there?
Yeah, kind of.
Hi, Malou, we're going to miss you.
Honey, I'm going to miss you. I got so much to tell you, but anyway, he's going to have a blast, and I think you'll enjoy having him there. He was a research methods professor for many years. And the grandson is great. He's a restaurateur. He's real close to home. He's from Traverse City, Michigan.
Oh.
And one of his restaurants is Mama Lou because he lived with us as a child. So we're real proud that you'll get to spend time with him. At least I am, and I'm going to miss you all tons. You have no idea. But anyway, they'll
Absolutely.
be,
We'll take care of them for you.
yes,
Oh, thank you.
thank you.
Wait,
I'm sure you will.
his
Thanks, Amelia.
restaurant is Mama Lou's
Yeah,
Yeah.
Terry
in Traverse
doing it.
City?
Hey, Tara,
Have you been there?
Yes.
don't you love it?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We
whole
we
other
cooked
thing.
together. He learned how to make more than tacos, but now his restaurant serves tacos. So go figure.
Yeah, okay. Well, I love that restaurant and now I love it even more. I had no idea.
Yeah, good to
Okay.
see you all.
They've got two other
Have a
restaurants
blast.
there if you get tired of Amalus.
Yeah, well,
Okay,
don't
well,
meet him.
I'll look forward to learning more about that. And I guess I'll go next since I just unmuted myself and did all the things. Tara Chambers at Michigan State. I'm super excited. I am also taking the carry-on bag challenge. So, I will be in good company with my wearing the same clothes all the time, and we're not going to judge each other. Yeah, I'm also excited. Dakota, did you go yet? Down with calling Dakota.
Hello, my name is Dakota Irby. I'm an associate professor at University of Illinois at Chicago. This will be my second trip. I had the fortune of traveling to Cuba as well. I'll be joined on the trip for the second leg by my children who are 7 and 10 years old. So that should be a trip. And my partner Shamika is also going to be joining us, and I'll call on her to introduce herself next. Shamika, you there? Okay. Okay, we can't hear you, Shamika. All right.
She's
Okay.
posted in chat.
I'll pass it forward then.
Yeah, Shamika posted in the chat. She
Oh.
said that the microphone wasn't working. So,
Okay,
welcome.
well, I'll pass it to
her.
Yeah, thank you. How about Shanika then, if you're able.
I know she's in the dentist's office.
Okay, how about Tristan?
I am available. So my name is Tristan Layfield. I'm actually an entrepreneur and an adjunct instructor at Oakland Community College. I'm going to be traveling with Dr. Clyde Barnett, who is at Eastern Michigan University, and Dr. Rima Reynolds Vassar, who is a trustee at Michigan State, but also a professor at Wayne State University. I am not taking the carry-on challenge because I just refused. So here we are. And let's see, who else hasn't spoken? I think Daniel. Have we heard from Daniel?
Good pick, Tristan. I'm Daniel Reyes-Guerra, Associate Professor at Florida Atlantic University. As School Leaders Coordinator, I kind of represent the university at these conferences, working to support Misa Barakat in putting all of this together. So I'll be there, and I am not doing the challenge now that I've listened to everybody, I'm feeling very fortunate because not only I don't want to be I will not be on the cruise, and so that way I'm not going to have to smell everything that's coming off those of you who are only using one set of clothes. But this is going to be really exciting. I've been to Egypt, I don't know how many times now, with all of the work that we do in partnership there. And so really excited that all of you are going to join us, many of you who are close friends and colleagues. So looking forward to the trip.
I think I'm going to take over bouncing it around because I kind of know who's gone. So I'm just going to start with Sandip.
Hi, I'm Sundip Katari. I'm actually a emergency room physician and college roommates for Matt Militello, who invited. So if you want any good stories about Matt, hit me up. I am free anytime, available to spill the beans on Matt. I'm also in Michigan and doing the Carry On Challenge. And more importantly, maybe impressively, my 19-year-old daughter, who is a student at the University of Michigan, where Matt and I were at, is coming along too. And somehow I'm forcing her to do a Carry On Challenge. So wish me luck.
All right. I'm sure she's up for the challenge.
She is. I would put her on the camera, but she just got out of the shower, has a towel on her head, and is on the phone, so she would hate me.
That's
So
true.
I guess
Right.
Matt would be the next one to introduce.
Oh, go ahead, Matt.
So there's a total embargo on any college stories. Let's just put that out there right now. I was not the one arrested on campus one time. So I will share that story about Sundip at a later time in Egypt. Matt Militello, East Carolina University. Super excited, all these Michigan connections. So I was born and bred in the Upper Peninsula, and I still have a lot of connections in Traverse City area where I'm sure I probably ate at one of those restaurants. Yeah, I'm gonna do the challenge as well. Don't worry, Danielle, there's places to do laundry, you know that. We will do that. I have the fortune of, out of Raleigh, we have a direct flight to Paris. I used it on Christmas Day with my wife. We were able to go for a few days, and so I'm going to take it again. It means a 12.5-hour layover before I get to Cairo at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'm going to make the most of it and check. I found a place to check a bag, and I'm going to hit a train and go get some food and probably go out to Versailles, where I've never visited, in Paris on the way out. So lots of adventures before the trip and forthcoming. And just trying to get through the weekend. I have 25 students graduating this weekend from East Carolina, and then running a huge equity summit on Monday, which I originally invited Tara to attend, and we both discovered, hey, I think we're flying out that night. And I'm like, oh God, I said, you can fly with me out of Raleigh. And she's like, no, I don't think so. So we'll be racing to the airport, and look forward to seeing all of you.
Great. Gerardo.
I'm Gerardo Lopez, professor at Michigan State University. I'm really happy to joining folks. I don't think I'm going to do the one bag challenge. I don't know where I stand. I have a, just trying to kind of figure out what I'm going to take still challenge. That's where I am right now. So, but that's pretty much it. I'm really excited for this trip, and really looking forward to getting to know you all, but also getting to know the context where we're heading. So I'm just stoked. That's it.
Awesome. Lolita.
Good morning. I'm coming from coming from my ancestral homelands on the Yakima homelands of the Confederate Tribes and Bands of the Yakima Nation. I want to take this time for Carl, all his work, putting this together, especially just because I'm extending my stay 2 days, and Monica, for everything. I did just come back from Carnegie, and like I had talked to Monica during UCEA, I feel that there's a lot of things that's going on in academia that doesn't include true American Indian perspective. And so I want to be that perspective on this trip. So I encourage you, if you want to know, I was born and raised on my reservation. So I want to make sure that I bring that perspective and that, openness and dialogue. So if you have any questions, I'm here for that. I don't know if I'll take that challenge. That's a lot for a woman, especially for me. So yeah, I'm the Indian Education Director here at the Toppenish School District, and also in my second year in the doctoral program at the University of Washington. So I'm excited. I see a few familiar faces, so I look forward to enjoying with everyone.
Great, thank you. Kevin.
Hey, good afternoon. My name is Kevin Forehand, and I'm in the teaching faculty at Florida State University's Department of Educational Leadership. I am just anxious to get out of Tallahassee and onto somewhere else. I look forward to meeting everyone, and I'm the person who hasn't done a thing yet.
You go, and it'll still work out. That's what I found. And it will still work out. Samantha.
Hi, everybody. I'm Samantha Paredes Scribner, and I am at IUPUI, an associate professor at IUPUI, and soon to be within a year, IU Indianapolis. And I'm not likely to do a carry-on challenge. I have been organizing and I have some things I have to bring that take up too much space, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is good. I'm just excited to meet you all and to be there, and to learn and engage and see things. So looking forward to it.
Great. Danya, I think you just took a bite, so maybe I'll come back to you.
Nope,
Nope.
I'm good.
You're good.
Hi, everyone. I'm Danya Odom. I'm a doc student at Eastern Michigan University. I will be traveling with Dr. Rima Reynolds-Vassar and Dr. Clyde Burnett as well, and Tristan. So we all are going to be there, excited and representing our prospective universities and positions. I am going to take the carry-on challenge because I'll be flying standby in a lot of cases.
Ooh.
So I need my bags, but I'm leaving. No, it's good because I'm leaving 2 days ahead of time to make sure I'm there on time. I work for Delta, so I'm excited about that challenge as well. Just getting there.
Well, we will wait for you with open arms, Danya. Susan.
Hi, I'm Susan Fairclough from Colorado State University. Sorry, I have laryngitis. I'm not taking the carry-on because I just packed too much stuff. This is my second trip. I was on the group that went to South Africa. So I'm excited to be able to go on this trip again. If anybody needs a travel buddy, I'm traveling by myself. So I'm happy to be a travel partner for anybody who's going solo. Thanks.
Thanks, Susan. Take care of that. Oh my goodness. Is that too much yelling at Journey?
It's probably too much internal yelling at faculty. But
All right, well, you save your voice.
Thanks.
Kitty.
Good afternoon or good morning or wherever you're at. This is Kitty Fortner. I'm professor at California State University, Dominguez Hills, and I apologize that my camera is off. I missed the first part of the meeting because I was at physical therapy trying to get myself together so I can enjoy this trip. But I am headed to work. I'm excited. This is my first trip to Egypt, my first anything really with UCEA. So I'm excited to get to know folks and to meet people. I'm going to be sharing a room with Samantha, and I'm excited about that also. So happy to meet you all and happy to be enjoying this time with you.
Great, Kitty. Clyde.
Good afternoon, all. I'm Clyde Barnett. I'm a faculty member at Eastern Michigan University. I actually just left a program day with Danya. So we have been doing some student agency work in Detroit. So jumped out of there and into this. So I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. I'm looking forward to the trip, super excited. I will not be doing the carry-on challenge. I know my limits. So I'm staying in my lane and come back. But again, I'm looking forward to meeting everybody and all the experiences we'll get in Egypt.
Great. Sonia.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sonia, postdoc at Malibu, California. I'm Pepperdine. Really looking forward to this trip. So thank you, Monica. Thank you, Dr. Barakat, and thank you, Carl. I'm really excited.
And last but never least, Carl.
Hello, everyone. Carl Gilner, UCEA Project and Events Manager. Good to see everyone. And some work going on in my house now, so I'll be muted most of the time. But I will not do, I'm sorry, I will do the carry-on challenge, but just for my shoes only. Everything else will be checked.
I like the way you're like, I'm doing a carry-on challenge and I'm taking more stuff. I can do that. All right, let me get us going a little bit with some things to catch up on. So just a couple of things to sort of give you updates on. I wanted to give you a sense of what the day-to-day in Cairo is going to be, talk more about the conference, and then see if we can have a conversation about capturing our learning. I know there are people here who are not participating in sort of the educational type activities. And so once we go over that first what you need to know before you go, feel free to jump off. So a couple of things. One of them was we needed to know if anyone had any dietary restrictions. And I think, Carl, you want people to do what with that?
If you have any dietary restrictions, please put them in the chat.
There you go. Yeah. So if you, anything like that, just put in the chat so we can take a look at it and make sure that we get that taken care of when we're there. I see this is sort of already started happening in the chat, but we have all your phone numbers. So we were going to start a group chat so that we can keep in touch, particularly while people are flying. So we will put everyone in that chat unless you want us not to. So if you do not want to be part of the group chat, then just let Carl or myself know. Otherwise, we'll get that going before we head out, because people are starting to leave this weekend. So we'll get that going. Hi, Maddie. Do you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah, sorry, y'all. Faculty meeting ran long. And apparently Mercury is in retrograde, so that explains a lot about my mood. But anyway, so happy to be here. Mariela Rodriguez, University of Texas, San Antonio, flying out on Monday. Looking forward to just the convivio with all of you. Happy times, y'all.
Thank you. It's going to be good to see you. I think we'll probably do, I think in the past, Dakota, remind me, we use WhatsApp, right? So we'll use the WhatsApp to do the group chat. Delegation packet. So you'll be getting in the next day or two, we're overnighting some things for you that you hopefully will help you as you head to Cairo. You'll have a full itinerary. You'll have a UCEA t-shirt, which we hope you'll take so we can take some pictures. Because nothing says we've been to Cairo than everyone wearing the same shirt in front of a pyramid, right? Or actually, nothing says tourist like that. And you'll be getting some other information. I think some other UCEA swag in there for you to help as we're going. So keep a lookout for that. If for some reason you're not going to be at your home address in the next 2 or 3 days, let us know. So we're, and I'm sort of looking at you. No, Shanika, you'll be here till Friday. Because I know we have graduation. But if for any reason you're on the move the next couple of days, let us know so we can send it to wherever you will be. Travel to and from Egypt. And again, I see this happening in the chat. There seem to be 2 main points where people will be sort of congregating on their way to Cairo. One of those is Paris and the other one is London. So if you, and I think this is in the packet as well, Carl, I don't remember if we added this, giving each other flight information. Maybe we can put that in an email. Maybe what we'll do is we'll sort of clump together who's going to be in Paris, who's going to be in London, and that way it'll be easier for you all to connect once you're there. I know in Paris, there's basically 1 flight every night to Cairo. So I'm going to guess that most of you are going to be on that one. So it may not be hard to find each other, but it's always fun, like Susan said, to sort of have a partner, to be on the lookout for someone who you know is going to the same place. Once you get to Cairo, Dina and her team will be there to pick people up. So, just sort of sit tight, don't worry about it. They will be there to get you. Chances are they're going to be there already, and they'll help you with luggage and all of that. Some ongoing stuff. We've talked before about attire and having something sort of business and something a little more formal for a couple of events. We have a meeting with the ministers of education. So gentlemen, we talked already about having a coat and, everyone having something nice to represent. We've talked before about having money for your visa for when you arrive at the airport to make sure you've got US dollars in cash to purchase your visa for. Was there anything else? I thought there was, the other thing about attire was actually, the temperature this week in Cairo is like 100 degrees. So,
It's not actually this week now.
well, that's what it said in my weather app. Yeah.
Actually, it's really very, very nice and a little bit chilly at night. So I hope that it stays this way, but it tends to get hot
Right.
this time of year. Yeah.
Yeah, so just sort of know yourself in terms of what you might need for sun hats, sprayer, misters, anything that you might need to keep yourself cool. Just make sure that you take care of that. I think that's pretty much it. Carl, was there anything else you wanted to add to this about? I think
Can you tell us how much again the visa is going to be? I'm sure you said that and I just missed it.
No. I think, and here I am, I'm thinking, I think I'm gonna get this wrong. I think it's $25. But it could be 30. So just make sure you've got
Yeah.
enough.
It's probably $25. It could be 30, like Monica said. It used to be $25. I don't get the visa. I didn't get the visa as I entered, but it's important that you have exact change, Kevin. So make sure that you have like a $20 bill, $10 bill, a couple of fives. This way you'll have this. So it saves time when you're paying for your visa.
The only thing I had to add was when I send out the email that has the flights on it, that has a list. I've tried to keep up with all of the flight changes that have happened from the airlines. But if I miss something where the time is off or something, just let me know. But I've also communicated with Dina's team to make sure they kind of cross-reference with the airlines as well on those for those flight arrivals.
Yep. Yeah, thanks, Carl.
I think mine changes like every few days. So I'll update you as soon as close to me leaving as I can. But mine
Sounds
changes
good.
like every other day.
And can I just before I forget, the team is going to be waiting for you as you exit towards the customs, right? So don't, like when you leave, when you deplane, just keep moving with the people, keep moving. You're going to go through a couple of, the moving carpets, the tapis roulant, keep walking. And then as you exit the area that's only specific for travelers, you will see the representative from Dina's from Italhotel, and they will be holding a sign with the UCEA name and logo on it. So you'll be able to see them. So I just wanted to make sure that you don't stand right outside of the plane door. They can't get there. You're gonna have to keep going until you reach the area where they stand. And you will see plenty of people waiting for guests and visitors with multiple signs, but our sign, the UCA sign, will be very obvious. So.
And that will be outside of customs, is that correct? Just as
Before, no, they will go through customs with you. They will guide you, so, but just right before you reach that.
That is awesome. And says, Mariela had a good question about tipping etiquette. Like, what is the?
So the tour guide, our tour guide, and she's the same person who we had last year. It's Gladys. She's awesome. She's amazing. So she's very structured, and she will give very clear and direct, suggestions about tipping for big things. Like for the hotel, they will tip. They will tell us, such and such amount per day per person. On the Nile cruise, we tip as a group. And we usually do it like also a specific figure per person. We put all of it together in an envelope and give it to the cruise members at the end. So we don't tip on the cruise until the end.
And in American dollars.
And in American dollars,
so
yes.
Bring a few 20s. Bring a few 20s to contribute.
And then the only other thing that I'm thinking about is this is like Egypt is a tipping culture. Like people are expecting to be like the bellhop, the person who stands in the restroom. These are hardworking people who rely a lot on tips. Like their salaries are not that high, so I'm thinking that maybe I will ask Dina to make sure that she has some small bills, some small Egyptian bills that you can get, like you give her maybe $20 and she will give you a lot of 10 Egyptian pound bills. They look, actually, these are new and look very cute. And then you can use those, like when you go to a restroom in the museum or somewhere, or at a restaurant, or you'll be able to, it's not a lot in American when you think about it in American dollars, but it will mean a lot to the people who are working there.
Thanks. It's just a joke is that, I had changed some money into Egyptian pounds, and like a few of us had to go to the ladies' room at the museum. And I was like, Misa, is this enough? She's like, girl, that's enough for 10 of you. I was like, well, let's go. Come on, 10 of us. So, because that's all I had. So we need smaller bills for the bathroom attendants. Yes.
Okay, great. No, good question. Thanks, Maddie. And I think we talked before about how much money to take, and really it's sort of what you're comfortable with. But, for those of us going on the education visits, we don't have a whole lot of spare time to go shopping. If you're going on the other sort of cultural visits, then you may want to take a little more in the event that you've got a chance to buy things. And then on Friday, we're actually going to the market. So again, yourself, how much you want to bring back to friends or family or for yourself. And so just, keep that in mind when you're thinking about how much money to take. And I think we also have said to sort of take money in smaller bills. So like not to take $100 bills, but to take sort of money in smaller bills that you can then exchange whenever you need them. So itineraries for the first 2 days or 5
Monica, may I just add that even in Luxor and Aswan, there will be opportunities to purchase like gifts and trinkets and so people who like spices. We will go to a spice market. So there are going to be, it's going to be tempting to buy stuff. I always find them very tempting. Some people like to buy gold in Egypt. Usually they find that it's there are better deals than in the States. So I always say it's better to bring, in case you want to purchase something, you can always use your credit cards, but also it's good to have some cash with you. You can always take it back. It's not going to hurt. You bring it. If you don't use it, take it back, but just make sure that you have enough in case you buy something that you like.
See, and this is where I fail the carry-on luggage. For me, it's not going that's the problem, it's coming back. So I will not be, I will be checking my bag. There's a question somewhere else, I think.
I had a quick question. I'm sorry I didn't put my hand up, but on the meals, it's not about dietary restrictions, but like, are all the meals planned? My concern is like being prepared for the fact that I might need to snack. I have my own health concerns that I just didn't know if things were planned, like breakfast at hotel, then lunches, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you'll be getting the itinerary, the full itinerary soon.
Okay.
But we do have breakfast and lunch every day. And I think dinner is planned just about every day as well. Dinner, I think, tends to be on the later side of the evening, sort of European.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
again, you just know yourself and know what you need to sort of keep going. All right. So on days 1 and 2, the itinerary is almost the same in terms of we have visits to schools, we have cultural tours, either in the morning or the afternoon. And I say that because on these 2 days, since we will be either visiting schools or meeting with people, these are days where we might want to, dress a little more, more professionally or whatever than some of the other days. And we have dinners planned. Okay. Someone will let me know if there's something in the chat that we need to. So that's on the 10th and the 11th. For those of you arriving on the 9th or later on the 9th, just be aware that we are sort of hitting the road for a long day around 8:30. That first day, we have every day we have breakfast at the hotel. But that first day, I was hoping everyone could meet by 8 o'clock in the hotel restaurant, just so that we can all be in the same place and kind of get to know each other a little bit before heading out to the school visit that we have that first day. Day 3 is a purely cultural day. So we're going to be heading out from the hotel, hitting the pyramids and all of that. So that day, dress comfortably, dress cool. Make sure you take whatever you need to stay healthy. And then that evening, we're having dinner at Dr. El-Bakar. I think I spelled that wrong. Did I spell that wrong?
Al-Bakri, no, Dr.
Okay,
Al-Bakri.
I spelled it right. And that's a big event that she has every year for guests, and it's, dressed nicely, like dressed to impress, like you're going out on that evening. On the 4th day, it's the Balance Ed conference, so that's all day. That's again sort of professionally dressed, like you would to teach or go to a school or something. And then that evening, we have the Nile Cruise dinner. So I would guess something cooler, but also maybe a wrap or something, or a sweater that evening in case it does get cool. Day 5, we have meetings with the ministries of education in the morning. So that would be a more professional dress. And then I think we'll have time to go back afterwards, and then we'll be walking in the market that evening, that afternoon, and then dinner that evening. So this is the only day that kind of we may need to have have a dress change in the middle or something. Day 6 and 11. On day 6, we leave for Luxor, and then we're going to be on the Nile for the next 5 days. So again, just kind of dress cool. I think that's all sort of casual, right, Maisa?
Yes, on the cruise in Luxor and Aswan, it's very casual. You can,
right.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot. Like, this is Upper Egypt. It's typically, the temperature is higher. So cotton, I strongly suggest cotton and layers. If you tend to get cold, you can just layer at night and just be comfortable.
Right, and this is where you need that sun hat, because we'll also be doing lots of tours out into the Valley of the Kings and that kind of stuff. So dress casual, dress comfortable, dress cool. In the last itinerary that you'll be getting, there is an opportunity for our hot air balloon, leaving at 3 in the morning. We're trying to find out how much that is and whether that can be paid with a credit card or if it has to be paid in cash. So as soon as we have that information, we'll get that out to everybody. If you're interested in getting up at 3 in the morning, if you're not interested in getting up at 3 in the morning, you can just sit and keep sleeping. And then the night of the go ahead.
Last time, Dr. Al-Bakri was with us on the cruise, and she did it, and she said it was amazing. I personally have never done it, and I would never do it because I don't like to fly in airplanes, let alone
much less the hot air balloon.
So I will get you the costs by tonight from Dina. I think she will have
perfect.
The figure.
Perfect. And then on the 19th,
maybe I just pay for it to go here. But this is a free label.
So you don't have to pay for anything.
Right. Okay. All right. And then I need to get this
talking
overnight.
to us, or is that
what envelope should I use? It's going here, and it needs to be overnighted. This big one right here. This one.
Carl, can you mute that person? I don't know who that is. Anyone? Or are they talking to us?
She just muted herself.
Oh, okay, thank you. So the 19th in the evening, we return to Cairo, and this is where we're going to need some information, I think, from people as well, if you haven't already given it, because some people are leaving early in the dawn. And so whether or not you need to return to Cairo at all, or whether you'll be staying in the airport to catch your plane to head back to wherever you're going. Because I know a couple people have 1 o'clock, flights at 1 in the morning, in which case you just may want to, we arrive, I think, in Cairo at like 10 or 10:30. And so you just may want to stay in the airport until your flight leaves at 1. So just keep that in mind. That was just sort of a really high level couple of days, mostly because I wanted you to see what your dress needs might be, any questions you might have, for those people going on, and I focus mostly on the educational side of this. I know there are people who are going to be doing their own thing with Dina or something, so.
A question regarding the in between when the folks who are traveling to Luxor, and I guess people recommended that we take either a small travel bag or something just to kind of take for those amount of days. That means our luggage will stay behind. Where will that luggage be stored?
So we are working that out. We're looking at either keeping it at the hotel or at the headquarters of Italhotel. So if people are going to be leaving luggage behind and not taking it with them to Luxor and Aswar, we can either keep it in the hotel or with Italhotel. We'll have a plan.
Yeah, and the only other thing, Mai says, and this is why we need to know who is planning on going back to the hotel versus who will be staying at the airport. Because that Dina's team is going to need to know whether or not they need to bring luggage or if we need to take it with us. So yeah, we'll get that out before we head out. We'll let you know what to do about that. All right.
Hey, Monica,
I'm going to their office tomorrow, and I will I'm meeting with Dina and her team tomorrow in the morning. Okay. So we will work all that out.
All right, perfect. Thanks. Was that you, Matt?
It was. I appreciate all the days, but I'm just worried about the very first day. Do I have to wear a suit or a jacket? Just is that the somewhat casual day or school day?
Yeah, the first day is a school day, so we're gonna go visit 2 schools.
So no jacket and tie.
No.
Okay, I feel like I'm being punished every time I have to put a jacket and tie on. So just tell me when I'm gonna be punished.
I think you'll need the jacket and tie for 3 events: for meeting with the ministers, for
going to the opera house,
and then for going to Dr. Bakri's
home. No, Dr. Al-Bakri's home. They don't need to have the jacket on at all.
All right.
And in the and it's we're not going to be at her home. We're going to be at Muhammad Ali Mosque. It's she moved it to this historic place. It's a castle, it's a citadel, and it's really, really nice, and it wasn't part of the visits that we were planned to visit, so it's going to be an additional place to see. So you don't need to wear a jacket. And I also would say that for the school visits, definitely wear something that is comfortable. You don't need to have a jacket. But like you said, Monica, just for the meetings with the minister and for the opera house, because it's mandatory. They're not gonna let us into the performance with if the men don't have jackets and ties on.
And what about the Balance Ed conference? Is that professional cash?
Yes, you can. It's like attending a conference. So whatever you would wear for a conference in the States, it's the same thing.
Okay.
All these details that you're sharing, you're going to send out to us as well, like the updated itinerary.
Yep. Yeah. Anything else about when?
Yeah. I just want to make it clear, we do not need jacket and tie.
You do need a jacket and tie for the opera house and for when we go to meet with the Minister of Education.
Right. So clear. Thank you.
Yep. Except women. Women don't need to wear a jacket and tie unless you want to. But we do need to wear something, a little more professional on those days.
Just one more thing regarding the packets. If you are going to be in the next 3 days at a address other than the one you filled out or included on the form when you filled out initially for the trip, please email me right away so we can, because we're sending those out this afternoon. So if you have a different address than what you originally filled out, please let me know. Thank you.
Yep. I'm just going to say for Tara, Shanika, and Gerardo, we will personally deliver those to you since you're right down the street from us. All right. I think That's everything.
I see a question in chat where women need to have hijab, head covers for no. You don't need hair covers at all. Women in Egypt are covered and not covered. It's a personal choice. There is no mandatory dress code for women. While in Cairo, we just recommend to just dress modestly, just out of respect for the culture, you know, no shorts, no tank tops, but t-shirts have like half sleeves, slacks, long skirts, anything is okay. Luxor and Aswan, you can wear whatever you want. It's like set for tourists and nobody's gonna care.
Okay. All right, awesome. I think so. We're not gonna have a whole lot of time. I mean, for those of you who might be able to stay on a little bit longer, what we wanted to do was to give you all time to meet in whatever roundtable you might want to participate in. If not, I understand, because you know that's a lot. But maybe some people have already let us know which one they're interested in. If you can let us know either in the chat or just shoot us a quick email about which roundtable topic you want to participate in, and then just make sure that we have time, like have breakfast together or something like that to talk over what you might want to get out of that session. So that's going to be mine. Yeah, people need to go. I get it. Thank you. So just a reminder that these roundtable sessions are going to be in cooperation with some educators from Egypt. The whole session is going to last about 80 minutes. And so each table will have about a 30-minute discussion. Then they're going to, oh, sure. Then there'll be an opportunity to report out. And then there'll be a few minutes to sort of, come up with some, I don't know what the word is, key areas or something like that for potential future collaboration. So it may or may not work out that you are interested in that, but if you can speak to any of these, either from your experience or potentially some research you may have done, I think that's sort of what we're looking for, is a conversation across contexts about how these issues have played out here in the US or in your own practice, and then to hear from them how those issues have played out in their context and get an opportunity to learn from each other. So that basic format hasn't changed, and these roundtable topics really haven't changed. So as I said, just sort of take a look at it and let us know. And thank you everyone for putting it in the chat. Which group you want to be a part of, and then we'll share that as well. And then that way, like I said, you can have time while we're there to sort of sit and chat and brainstorm how to have, what to share during those conversations. We have not had much of a chance to talk about this. And we had a session at UCEA in November. Dakota and Susan have been part of these visits before. And we always think about, what are we going to do? We should share this. What's going to happen? And then somehow we never quite do. And so I was hoping maybe for, I don't know, next couple minutes to get your thoughts on what are ways in which we can, capture what we're experiencing, do some sense making as a group, and perhaps potentially share something either through, the UCA review or one of our blogs, or to have a session at convention or something, where we talk with people about the importance of not just doing these kinds of educational visits for our own practice, but what it means to us also, sort of personally, how it influences the way that we look at something, or even and talk about things with students and that, and just a huge wide net, which I just threw out. But I think I'd appreciate, and again, not everyone needs to be involved in this, but it seems that like after every trip, there's a lot of energy around, doing something with the experience and what we learned from it. And I just want us to think about that beforehand. And, Susan and Dakota, just chime in if you kind of you know, what we've talked and experienced before. But I don't know, I'd be open to hearing people's thoughts. Or like, no, we're just going on vacation. Did a lot of work for me. Oh, but I recognize we are putting everyone to work quite a bit. So anyway, things that you may have done in the past as a group. I don't know. I'm really open to hearing people's thoughts, and I'm gonna stop sharing.
I can say really quickly. I was just think that even during the trip, maybe if I think especially for the Nile cruise segment, there might be some just downtime. It wouldn't have to be long, but even, you know, occasionally like 30-minute sessions just for people to just kind of start writing down, you know, and reflecting and journaling on their experiences. That could be voluntary, but it's something that I wish that I would have done during the previous study abroad that I didn't do. So I'm going to be intentional about just taking, you know, 30 minutes of time each day just to capture questions, thoughts, reflections, and things that I'm learning. Yeah, so that was the recommendation that I had. I did. I'm an advocate of having structure opportunities for us to be able to reflect and write.
Yeah. Oh. Yes, I'll put the tables up again. Yeah, and maybe actually that's something we can oh, sorry, I'm trying to do too many things here at once. Let me get the tables up again.
I was wondering if there was going to be an opportunity for the whole group to maybe synthesize everything that's happened, you know, because we're in these kind of pods or teams, if you will, but at some point beyond the conference even, if there's going to be some just session where we can all talk about what has happened or how we feel or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's something we can see once we're at the hotel, if we can make time for, like if there's some space and where we can, you know, get a chance to come together. And again, those who want to can, those who want to just sleep in or rest or whatever, or do their own kind of reflection can do that as well, right? But I definitely, and maybe that's something we can do, you know, in the mornings, and then for what you're suggesting, Kevin, to do sort of at the tail end of a Cairo trip, because, or maybe even do it. I mean, I can't imagine doing it on the Nile cruise, but
I think it's a good, these are excellent suggestions. I think it's a good idea to try and do it in Cairo, because some people are leaving before the Nile cruise, right? And we want to capture their thoughts before they leave. I know that we will have opportunities for informal reflection and conversations while during transportation, right? When we're moving from the hotel to some place, like we're going to be on the bus for some time. So maybe we can use these transition times for that. But also I do agree that we need some structured time if possible, like if the days allow, like you said, Monica, just have, you know, non-obligatory spaces for people who are interested to just get together and have a discussion.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think also sort of to, you know, be, you know, sort of mindful of what it is you need to reflect, right? Like I'm not taking my computer. I know, shocking. I say this and watch me ride with my computer, but I'm trying really hard not to. So other people have the carry-on challenge. I've got the don't take the computer challenge. But I do plan on taking my iPad. I do plan on taking sort of a notebook with me. And so to sort of jot things down as you go. So again, thinking for yourselves what you might need to be able to reflect. So yeah, there's a question about Wi-Fi. There's Wi-Fi in the common areas, but not in the rooms. Another reason not to take your computer. Woohoo! So yeah, so again, you know, we'll work on that, seeing once we get there. Carl and I are arriving a day early, I think, so we'll get a better lay of the land at the hotel and see where we might be able to, you know, request space for some more structured conversation and time for reflection. So I appreciate everyone's thinking about that. I just don't want to, you know, lose the opportunity for us to do some collective and individual sense making about what we're experiencing, which then helps us like in our own work when we get back home. So yeah, I think, you know, after this, our next stop is Cairo. Again, you know, if you haven't yet, make sure that, you know, we kind of know, well, I guess Carl and I can look at the travel itineraries and let you all, like, put you all in sort of subgroups so you know who's on what flight. We'll set up the group chat, so you have a way to communicate with all of us while you're moving in particular, and then, you know, get lots of rest. You know, I don't know what else to say. And I guess we'll see you soon. I'm very excited. A week from now. Oh my gosh, a week from now, we will be in Cairo. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Can't wait to welcome each and every one of you to Cairo.
I don't want to rain on the parade, but I do have one thing to add as a reminder. Proposals for UCEA convention in November are due on Friday, May 12th.
While we
So
are
your
Cairo.
flights, your flights are a great time to put together your proposals.
There you go. Good thinking, Carl. I like that strategy. All right, everybody. Thank you again. Any questions, just reach out to us. And we'll see you in Egypt.
Good luck in your luggage challenge.
Thanks, Danny. Bye.
Bye.
Can we stop recording?